Hey everyone, it's Paul Barry, Cape Cod Meal Group, and today I want to talk to you about two seemingly unrelated topics. The first is being the first to do something, and the other is gathering pricing for a bid. 57 years ago, the United States entered the manned space program with the launch of our very first astronaut. And while there certainly may be more famous names, John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk the lunar surface of the moon, in reality, our space program began with the launch of this man. This is Alan Shepard, who on May 5th, 1961, was the first American launched into space. His mission was called suborbital, meaning he literally just went up for 15 minutes, touches the edges of space, and was returned. After his mission was completed, he was asked the obvious questions. While you were sitting there waiting for launch, what were you thinking about, Alan? He thought for a moment and chuckled and said that I was sitting on top of a bomb that had been built by the lowest bidder. Think about that for a second. He was entrusting the talent and the professionalism of thousands of people, most of whom he had never met, that they had gathered their talents together to successfully launch him into space and bring him home safely. The level of confidence he had in their abilities was amazing, and yet they were the low bidders. And while it may be a bit of a stretch, it's probably not unlike what many of us do when we engage our vendors and ask for bids on our projects. We provide them with a list of specifications. We tell them quantities and colors and sizes, mailing dates, all the things that we need to get the mailing done, and ask them for a price to accomplish it. And while it's a very successful technique and you will certainly always get the best price, I would encourage you to consider that they are in fact professionals. They are the technicians doing their job. They, in many cases, work with other programs. Perhaps a school that is doing something very similar, has already done something very similar to what you're trying to accomplish. So bring your vendor into the dialogue a lot earlier than the specifications. Tell them what you're trying to accomplish, and perhaps their expertise will lend itself from their experience working with some other program. They'll bring you a suggestion, an idea that perhaps you hadn't considered yet. Perhaps the suggestion is based more from the production side. Maybe there's a faster way to do something, a less expensive way to do something, all of which will help you gain the success that you're after with your mailing. And then as you finally decide who the vendor is that's best suited to accomplish what you want to do, perhaps you'll consider offering up what has become known in the space program as the Shepherd's Prayer. Just before launch, in many cases, the countdown is paused. It's put on hold. Well, technicians simply go back through things to make sure everything is checking out correctly. And during one of those holds, Mission Control could hear Alan sitting atop that rocket all by himself, whispering a little prayer, again, which become known as the Shepherd's Prayer. And it went something like, "Dear Lord, please don't let me F up." And while I certainly don't recommend that you consider using his colorful language, he did offer a little wish that the choices that he'd made, the people he was trusting, and the choices he was about to make, and the decisions he would make during his short flight would be the correct ones. So he was asking for a little help along the way. So hopefully you'll find my videos a little helpful along your way. Until the next time, I hope you'll join me for a series of these. I'm going to try to do these things on a weekly basis, kind of telling little stories and how they might relate back to direct mail. So until that time, I wish you a wave of success in your own mailings, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much.